them motherfuckers got me in that motherfucker. It's the first time I in jail now. I'm 14. Then I turned 15 in jail, 16 in penitentiary. Yeah, they say we sending him to prison. So soon I get there, I had two brothers, two cousins, and soon I got there, I seen some dude, he said, he saw me, somebody I robbed on the street. He dropped all his shit. He said, oh, this is gonna be a good goddamn day, and took off running. Like, I don't know what that means, you know. Go get you something, go. We tore him up anyway, right? So, they not satisfied with me. They tell these, I'm in a reformatory. Send this to the worstest prison we got, Eddieville. So I go down there to Eddieville. And I've been hearing a lot about it because the prison I was in, when the guards come through at nighttime, said, if I call your name, you're going to Eddieville Penitentiary. Anthony Starks. Oh, God! Oh, no, please! They was that scared of Eddieville, right? I said, man, what the is in Eddieville? So when they sent me, they called my name out. I said, good. Like that. They said, we'll see if you feel that way when you get there. So when I get there, I meet one of the dudes that was on my little boxing team at LaGrange, right? He said, hey, man, they got a thing in here where you don't eat cheese. I said, why? You eat cheese, they say you a wreck. Don't nobody eat this shit. And they had cheeseburgers on. I said, hey, man, can I get some of that? He said, you sure can. Try to be nasty, put a big block on my plate, right? They had steel trays back then. So he said, man, I ain't gonna sit at this table. I said, man, go on somewhere, ass nigga. Weak. So I sat down and I saw hearing somebody holler, rat, rat, rat. I said, who's doing that shit? So I ate my cheeseburger. I spot the table. One fellow looked me right in my face and said, I said, okay, let me go over and do it. So I took that tray like I was gonna dump, smack the shit out of it and mop that table, right? But they didn't think I was gonna come out of the hole. So when I came out, this tall black dude, he said, hey. I said, yeah. I don't know who you are, but I like what you did. I'm too old to fight. But you gonna need this. Gave me a butcher knife, a real one. Back then, you can get that shit out of the kitchen and all that shit. They got it tight now. You can't get shit out of it now, but I looked down there towards the hospital and here they come, a whole bunch of white boys come down the steps coming down. I'm down about the gym. I said, fuck it. I walked up the steps. I said, shit. Pulled the knife out and just started running towards them, right? I said, I'm gonna wipe some of them. They got me, but I'm gonna get their ass too. And they scared. They said, hold up, man, hold up. Hold up, man, we didn't come to fight, man. Hey, man, we like what you did, man. I don't know who put that shit out. They say, man, give me that knife, man. They go up there, he had a rifle. He done spotted something, he getting ready to shoot. So I the knife off like that. I got it back, though. But that was my first little situation. So I know I can fight now, right? They put me in the cell with this black nigga. They call him what was that ugly nigga name? Big Doc. He was about 6'5", real dark, had a big old nose. His nose about the size of my fist. Nigga had red eyes too, looked just like a big black monster, right? See, I didn't know when they put me in the cell that it was a hole in the wall. And this nigga took some cement back then they can get their hands on and put it over some paper. When it hardened, he blowed up a little balloon thing, put some baby powder in there and tied it. Braced it in the wall real good and put that over and painted it so it looked like the regular wall. I guess he put a little mark where you know where to hit. So when he run his hand through there and that bag bust, boom, it looked like he done knocked some bricks and shit out of the wall, right? And all that white shit will look like fragments of cemented dust floating in the air, but it ain't no but baby powder. See, I wasn't prepared for this shit, right? So I done traded my knife. I had another knife at that time, a little bitty pear knife about that big. So I'm sitting on the bottom bunk and he said, hey. I said, yeah. He said, shit. Start scratching down on his thing popped out, right? So I said, oh, okay, I know what time this shit is, right? I tried to ignore this shit, right? He said, it's your cell as much as it's mine. He said, oh, shit. So scratching again, his thing popped out again, right? He said, all I ask you to do is have clean up, you know, don't let nobody in my cell, you know. And then his thing is hard, and it's out of his drawers. So I said, man, you got to say something, man. This nigga, you know, the door is locked and all this shit. This nigga big. And I was little then, right? You know, I just started developing my boxing skills and shit. So I ain't there yet. So I'm like, say something, man. So I got like a little tiny voice, like Tyson almost, right? I said, hey, man, why don't you show me some respect? He said, show you what? I said, respect. You don't think I'm gonna show you this big black cop? And took his hand and ran it through that hole, bam! It was shaking his arm like it was stuck in him. I'm up over his shit. This nigga done ran his hand through a goddamn wall. Oh, goddamn. And then he ran up when he put his arm out, all that white shit all over his knuckles and shit. And I'm looking up at him like that. He said, stand up, stand up. I'm like, oh, goddamn. I said, look, man, don't do this, man. He said, nigga, stand up. So I said, come on, man. He's a nigger. I said, man, if that nigga hit me, he gonna run his head through my goddamn chest. Fucking shit. I stood up, right? So he got right there, put his big lips on my ear, and motherfucker said, all that shit. I couldn't even think straight. I said, only thing I can think of is nigga arm went through that wall, right? I don't know how to even evaluate this shit, right? He wouldn't even give me time to think. And then he was coming out with shit, and the nigga said, do I gotta thank you, nigga? Damn it. I said, no. Shit, nigga, just tell me where nigga, I'm gonna give this shit up. This nigga, you want my, you give me. But he made his mistake. See, I forgot about that little knife I had on me, right? He said, come here. You gonna be mad? I said, yeah. And nigga, and I was serious, nigga, to take me, nigga. Shit, fucking nigga run his head through my chest, right? And then the nigga kissed me, man. When I felt that big nasty ass tongue in my mouth, big like a big cow tongue, like a boot, like the lip of a shoe lip or something. It was so nasty, man. I said, no, shit. That thing hit. I said, that nigga gonna have to kill me. Fucking nigga kissed me like that. So I hit him about 6 times real quick. And ran to the gate, started hollering, ah! Then all the inmates hollered, man down, guard, man down, man down. So I ran back on his ankles and ran back and nigga hit the floor. I ran back, I was just slicing, man. I was nervous. I said, man, if this nigga get up, it's over. You saw that nigga run his hand through that ball, right? And all them guards ran up and he said, man, come on, man. I said, shut up, nigga. I went down his way. I was just anyway, you ain't getting up. I was hitting his feet. Now, he was trying to move his feet, and I was hitting his toes and all this shit. So when they came up, I'll show you how nasty they are. They said, back up. I backed up like that. They said, drop the weapon. Drop the goddamn weapon. I said, if I drop in that motherfucker spring up, it's over. Open the door, get this out of here first. Right? Then I gave it to him. Them motherfuckers took me to the hole. And you won't believe this shit. Took me in front of the committee the next day. Said, we're going to let you out of the hole, drop the charges. You'll never see him again. Put me right back in the motherfucker, because they were real racist down there. And put me back in, I had to clean up all the blood and all this shit. Everything in there that was his is now mine. You know, thanks for the stereo and all this shit, nigga. They had 8 tracks and shit back in, right? You know, so it went well. So from then on, everybody on the yard is like, hey, man, what's up, young man? I said, hey. So they like, hey, this nigga, this little young motherfucker, he's some shit, right? Boy, the next time I went to the hole. See, this is what changed me. They walk past all the cells. When you go in the hole, you see a whole bunch of dirty cells, clean cells. Then the guard said, open cell 11. Shut the door, took the handcuffs off, all this shit. So I flipped my mattress back. Floor got water all over the floor and shit. So I said, hey, man. He said, yes. I said, can y'all put me in another cell? It's got water all over. He said, no. I said, let me talk to the lieutenant. He said, lieutenant's busy. I said, bitch, let me talk. Lieutenant! I said, how? So he come up there. He said, turn around and be handcuffed. I said, what you doing? He said, you disturbing the walk. I said, how the fuck? He said, bring him. So they rushed me off the wall, took me downstairs, took me down in the dungeon, stripped me naked, and 4-pointed me. I'm like this, ankles and shit, 4-pointed on my stomach. So it's real hot down there. So I went to sleep, man. You know how you cuss and shit, then you get tired. I woke up, man, it was like 500 flies eating out of my ass, bro. Flies. I couldn't even get them out. Every time I moved, they go deeper, like I had a vibrator in my goddamn right? And I was just so up over shit. I said, oh! And them, they buzzing and shit, man. And one of them felt like he was in me, right? And mother fly felt like it was like my shit was over. I couldn't even shake him out. and another ass shit, so I just laid. I said, take this shit, man. This motherfucker had a field day eat my ass out, right? And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna get him back. They got me up. These white motherfuckers got me up down there, right? So when I got back up on my walk, I told everybody on the walk, when you shit, send it down to me in a cup. Cause I got a bucket. I'm gonna get them back. You ain't gonna disgrace me like that. So I took 5 cans of Magic Shade, put it in. I had duty. I chopped up. I don't want it bounce off of you. I make it thick like a milkshake. I'm gonna make a motherfucker stick on you. When you rub it, you be smearing it. Put broken and I make it cut your motherfucker. And then that Magic Shade gonna make your hair come out. So that's the trip part. And put milk in a sour milk and some funky shit, right? And let it sit. So they say, here it comes, Fleece. Don't do it, man. These will kill you. Man, when he came down, he said, you won't see me, Belson Johnson? I said, yeah, boost. And motherfucker stood back and just started throwing up and did like he had a beard. His beard came off, so he had tripped him out. So now here come a whole lot of them. When they come in front of my door, I got the whole crowd. Now the policy says the only thing you can do, he shit down, y'all can't be part of the crew that comes and get him. Only thing y'all can do is write him up. He threw shit on me. See, they were stung on that point. They didn't want to go past that point right there. Then they got to the point they now want to talk to me. Hey, Johnson, can we talk to you? I said, yeah, come up here a little closer, because I can't really hear you, you know. And I don't want to inmates hear what I got to say, and he walk up close, boost. So I got all of them. I got the nurses, I got the doctors. They brought some people in from Frankfurt, lawmakers and shit. They want to see what the fuck is going on in this penitentiary. These guards are saying they getting shit down. Then I got all the inmates joined in on it, right? I said, you don't shit them down, you gonna get shit down. You put that on every goddamn walk, you know, and so everybody took it. So now we got a shit war going on. To when they feed us, they'll come on the bullhorn, Fleece Johnson. I said, yeah, I'm in the last cell. We get ready to come on and walk and feed the inmates. Can we? I said, yeah, give everybody 2 trays. And they do it. So we had a field day for 6 years. We threw shit on them until they came out with a law saying now it's a felony. So we fell back. But about at that time, man, I'm still fighting in there, man. I'm having like trouble with these in here. And like his black guard, another thing y'all didn't know, I went 21 days without eating in prison. 21 days. They had one of them old chalk mouth black dudes, and he's thought he was white. He's a lieutenant. He's milk in the hole. And I said, hey, Mr. Colby, can I get some more milk, man? He don't like no city talk, no slick talk. He said, you sure can, threw the whole picture in my face, right? You think twice before you marry me again, won't you, boy? When he came back on the walk, I threw piss in his face. He came back and said, you know what, Johnson? I like you because you stand up for yourself and you will fight back. And I respect that in a man. I took that for granted. And when I was getting ready to eat my food, I seen all them bugs and worms and shit that black nasty nigga done put in my food. I said, okay, now, here's what I'm gonna do about that. I'm not eating. They said, yeah, you. I said, no, I won't. So now they said, you on a hunger strike? I said, yeah, a hunger strike to live, not to die, to live. So they couldn't figure that part out. They said, who's your representative? I said, the Muslims. So, you know, you contact them if I got to go to the death and explain to them. So then, when we got on 15 days, they would open my door and put food from McDonald's, Long John Silver, KFC, whole lot of it on my, right there. I could smell it good as hell too, boy. I thought, oh God. When I got to 21 days, I went from 196 to 132 pounds in 21 days. They always come over and always make me stand on, you know, take every day now. When it got past 10 days, the nurse will come over and make me take my weight. Make me get on the scale and see if I'm really eating or not eating. If anybody's sneaking me food, or I ain't eating shit. You know, and then they transferred me to North Point. Luther Lucky. And when I got there, Lieutenant Gill, I'm filing a lawsuit because I'm in it. I said, I'm going to sue these now. My ink ran out. So I went in the office and this lady, Miss Black, I said, do you have a pen? So Lieutenant Gill, he said, no, she ain't got no pen. I said, there's a whole big cup of them right there. He said, give me that pen you got. He said, it's a state issue. I'm going to consider it contraband. Get the out of his office. So I went to see the legal aid. He said, no, they can't take it to us because they give it to us to issue out to y'all. I said, thank you. So I went back to the office and somebody was getting ready to come out. I kicked the door and the door went back and the whole window bust out. I reached over and grabbed all the shit. I said, ain't nobody taking a goddamn thing from me, right? He said, you going to administrative control unit. Try to grab me, I mopped him. Mopped his. Let me tell you what I did to her. Tore her whole dress off. Everybody said, man, pull out them panties, dog. Cause the guard done ran. I done beat him. He done ran out the door. Ain't no stop me. I got this bitch. I was whooping her, right? You know, nasty ass bitch. I said, man, all you niggas need to do, y'all niggas, you need to get a pillowcase, turn some holes in it, and put a blanket over his bitch, take her on in that shower. They did it. They came out with shit over their face, covered that bitch, took in that bathroom, tore her up. I went outside, and I got a piece of a broken chair in my hand. So here they come from the administration building, running down her. So all the inmates out there said, police dropped the weapon, man. I said, then when they came out, they said, drop the goddamn weapon, drop it. I said, make me drop it. They said, police, they will shoot you, man. Drop. I went on and dropped it and all that shit. They tried to, after they handcuffed it, you know, when they get you handcuffed, they want all that old shit. I said, okay, have fun. But they sent me back to Eddieville. Eddieville sent me to Eastern, where Gerald was at. Now they call that, Eastern was considered, them little young ones down there, but they wasn't no joke. Gladiator school, that's what they called it. And I said, I'm not gonna stay down there. I killed one of them, man. I went in, the warden's wife was a unit administrator. I said, I'd like to go back to Eddieville. She said, you just got here. You got to be here a minimum of 6 months before we can consider transferring you. I said, look, I don't want to force my way. She said, did you say force? Are you making a threat? Because I can put you in the hole. I said, man, fuck this shit. jumped up on her desk, pulled my pants down, and shit right there in front of her on her goddamn desk. Reached down, grabbed some paper, wiped my ass through it, and it stuck on her, right? I said, call somebody. When they took me to Eddieville, they took me naked, laid me on the motherfucking thing, and left. And the lady in the tower, the warden lived across the street, came across, said, is this how they brought them? Then the senior captain came, he said, call the state trooper and have them stop there and lock them up. They got locked up for that. They didn't give this brought me there like that. So I've been through a lot of shit. I'm talking a lot. I need to let y'all ask me some questions.
No, you good. You doing good. I mean, whenever
so,
you're ready.
By that time, I started getting into boxing and all this stuff, and my hands got a little good. I stayed in fights and stuff for a while, you know. Some of my fights I started. And with Donut. Donut was, he was going with this sissy, gonna move in the cell when they said sissy was rich. Donut was a gangster on the street. So I took his sissy's canteen, and then I'm on the wall. I said, Donut, you hear I took your boy's stuff? He said, look, let me tell you something. He said, I remember you when you was young. I used to run you home, boy. I ain't got time for this. I said, you, your mammy. It killed the whole comment. My mouth was nasty like that. Came out in that morning, I looked at that nigga and said, bam! He hit me right there, black both my eyes with one punch, right? He made a mistake when we was going down, you know, this is letting out for breakfast. So he stand over in the corner. He said, you want some more? I said, yeah, I do. You know, cause where I came from,
Yeah,
you get your lick back. It ain't over till you get that lick back. I tore him up. But when I came out of the kitchen, the gym just opened. So I went up in the top bleachers, and I'm looking out the window. I heard somebody holler, block that way off, block that door off. So here come him and all his crew running up, pulling out weapons and shit. They said, don't let him run, block that door off. Then the Tinsley brothers came in, and they stopped it. No, come on, man, he's young, y'all don't. So all that was stopped, you know. And then Country pulled a knife on me, headed at my throat, nigga crying and shit. I killed him. They said, come on, Country, man, come on, man. He said, oh, man, he deserved to die. When they got the knife away, they said, apologize to him, I knocked him out. Nigga, f you. Ain't no way in the world we can stay on this loop. Nigga, you pull a weapon on me, you gotta go. Got to go, I'm not doing that shit. You know, watching my back over none of you motherfuckers, right? So I fought. And then these sissies, man, the booty man thing, see. Now I done been in a while, nuts is hot, all this shit. And you know, I ain't never had a girl on the street, cause I was locked up as a child.
How long you had been in at this time?
Man, I've been in about 18, 20 years, right?
And you had never messed around?
No, I used to talk about them. You nasty motherfucker, God should burn all you son of a all this shit, right? And what I was fighting was the fact that I was finding some of them motherfuckers attractive that was making me mad, right? I was like, hold up, man, I know I ain't supposed to call. I see one motherfucker, his ass was so big and beautiful. I said, God damn. This motherfucker got buffalo, right? You know, this motherfucker got thunder back there. His ass is powerful. And and then when you stay there, you watch suck dicks every day. You go in the shower, see people getting in their ass. Everything down there look like it was normal. Motherfuckers getting married, fighting, and all this shit. Arguing with their sissy. Look, baby, you know I love you. No, you don't love me. You was with that bitch. Look, I wasn't with the bitch. I said, God damn.